All right, so let's talk about the Apple Watch Series 5. You guys know I'm a huge Apple Watch fan. I'm excited for the Series 5. I got one ordered already. It's coming, got a review on the way, so make sure you're subscribed. But Apple started out this portion of the event showing off a video that was showing these people who are like losing all this weight and dropping a ton of pounds. And I have to say, those have to be outlier experiences, because for me, the Apple Watch is really more of a micro motivator. It motivates me for sure, but in kind of a micro or moderate way, rather than this crazy way that's making me drop like 50 pounds. You know what I mean? So right away, you can notice that the Series 5 basically looks the same as the Series 4, and for all I know, it maybe is the exact same external dimensions. But that's not a bad thing. We like how it looks right now, and so no complaints. So the big feature here for the new Apple Watch Series 5 really seems to be the always-on display, which a lot of people have been clamoring for years now. And I'll be honest, my first reaction when I heard it was like, whoa, that's amazing. And then my filter kind of kicked in and it was like, well, wait, why is that amazing? Because like when my arm's over here, I'm not gonna be seeing the display when I'm just like walking or something. But you know, there may be some times once I've actually started using it where just you can glance and see it, and maybe it's gonna be useful. I'm expecting it to be more useful than I think. Now there's a new Retina display on the Series 5, which I think is great, especially when I'm thinking back to using apps like J for Twitter or Lens for Instagram, not to mention just the Photos app, being able to see photos. And anything that has a picture and a photo is going to look a lot better now with this display. And that's not to be underestimated. The display itself sounds pretty smart, so it's not gonna be at full brightness all the time. Like if you're not directly looking at it, if you haven't raised your wrist, it has all these sensors to help it know, and you can like tap it too to brighten it up, but it knows when it shouldn't be wasting power in your battery life, which is good. Something else that Apple announced was there's a new built-in compass for the Series 5, and you know what? I don't think a lot of people are gonna be like excited over this compass. I could be wrong, but I've never found myself being like, you know what? Right now, I really need a compass, and I wish it was here on my Apple Watch. I've never been like that, but maybe some developers will do some cool stuff with it. I don't know. There's also a new emergency feature, which will let you send an emergency SOS wherever you are, as long as you have the LTE model. So you could be traveling internationally, overseas, and this will still work on a bunch of networks, which is awesome. And Apple kind of described this as giving you some peace of mind, and that is a perfect description for this, honestly. That's what it is. It is peace of mind, and honestly, that is very cool. Now we also get some new casing options here, which is great because personalization is key for something like this, especially as the Apple Watch continues to get more and more popular and more people are out there wearing it. I'm seeing them all over the place. You wanna be able to say, mine's a little bit different, right? And this year you're gonna be able to do that now more than ever because you have some new case options. Two of those new case options include the titanium and ceramic models. They're bringing back ceramic. Titanium I think is new. But here's the thing, my past experience tells me that Apple won't take back a ceramic model at least. And so they're expensive, they're more expensive, and you're like, oh, well I'll just turn that into another Apple Watch. Well, they wouldn't take mine. It was in perfect shape and they didn't want it back as a trade-in, so that's something to keep in mind. But I will say, I've been missing the old ceramic from the Series 3, I miss that. Not that this one's bad, this aluminum at all, but wow, that white ceramic just looks so good. So the new Apple Watch starts at $399 and $499 depending on the size, and that's great. I'm glad to see that the prices aren't inflating every year. In fact, I think this might be a little bit cheaper even than last year. And something that's really cool is that an older version of the Apple Watch is now available for $199. And yeah, it's older, but it's still gonna be great. And so if you want to do a little bit of testing, you want to test out the Apple Watch right now, you're not sure if you want to dive in, then you can do it for a pretty reasonable price. So don't sleep on that older model.